それでは早速、マイケル・ワース監督にお迎えしてお話を伺っていただきたいと思います。じゃあマイケル、拍手でお迎えください。通訳は山本兵衛さんに、行っていただきます。じゃあ、マイケルさん、最初に皆さんに一言ご挨拶メッセージを。
I'm very honored to be here, not just because it's a great film festival, but to be in Japan, which has been a big influence in my filmmaking career, and this has been a great experience. And it's also the first time this film's been seen outside of the United States, so I'm really happy it's here.
とてもここに、日本に来れた
鶏をはじめとして鳥がたくさん出てきたんですけども、鳥は何かの象徴なんでしょうか。
The question, it was a fun movie, thank you very much. And there are a lot of elderly characters who plays an important part in this movie, and including John Saxon, who plays Jim Owner. And was there any, and there are other several significant elderly characters in the film. Was there any significant in that? And the second question is, there are a lot of birds in this film, including chickens and ducks. And did you mean to symbolize certain things in the image of the birds?
Thank you. Yeah, for me, age always represents wisdom, I think, and probably for everybody. So there was a real reason that I put those characters in there, particularly John. I also wanted to show the opposite ends of the spectrum because John Saxon's character took a path in his life where he said no when he should have said yes, and is now getting a second chance of saying yes. And so I wanted to show that. In terms of the chickens, yes, I actually have a fascination with chickens myself. But the bird idea of a bird being able to, especially a chicken that has wings but can't quite take flight, I thought was really interesting for kind of paralleling the characters.
Director, what did you learn from, veteran actors like John Saxon and Tim Thomerson? They're great actors.
I have a lot of respect for the tried and true actors and filmmakers in Hollywood, and so both John and Tim are very different people. And what you see on screen, John being a little more stern and Tim being a little more wacky, that's them in real life. John, I think one thing that he brought to me during this production was sort of a grace under pressure. He stayed focused the entire time, not in a narrow way, but he was very just focused no matter what was going on and sticking with the job, and that was something that really taught me a lot. And Tim, on the other hand, just taught me to always have a good time when I'm working. So, but thanks for asking.
The question is, I actually never met the filmmakers before, so I'm really interested in asking you directly asking you, what was it for you? What does this film represent? What was the theme behind it? And the second question is, there was a scene where the car is parked in front of the train tracks, and the train is going on and on and on and on. Was that a common scenery that you would see in America?
Interesting. Okay. First question. Arigato. First question is. Okay. The theme of the film, one of the main points of it was communication, because you've got all these characters that shouldn't be together and find a way to be together through communication. They don't have to necessarily change. They just have to change their understanding of each other, and that was sort of the main theme of the film for me. I don't know if you want to answer that first. And the second question about the train, I always love when people point these little things out, but when we were filming that scene, a train started to pass by, and the way my director mind works is I'm immediately thinking, this train's going to represent her life passing her by. And so that's why I started filming it and have it going by through the whole scene because she's watching her life go by. So, but it is a common, and also I love trains. It is a common sight in certain more run-down areas in Oakland and Los Angeles and other cities. I think I picked the worst film to try to act and direct in, mainly because the character, it was so difficult just as an actor for me to do. Playing that was very scary for me. So to try to direct myself in something that was already difficult was probably not the best idea. But I did plan very hard with this film. I shot list everything. I knew exactly what each scene's theme was going to be for me. So when I went on set, any problems that came up, I was already pretty focused. But it was difficult, but I love to do it, and I'll do it again, I think.
じゃあマーゴットさんに関して
The question is about the choices of casting, especially the woman who plays Alexia, Margot. And there are various actors. He thought that there are many very great actors in the film, and he felt that there must be many unknown great actors in the States. And can you talk about some of the casting choices, including Alexia?
Yeah, Margot Farley played Alexia, and this was her first real part. She had done a couple tiny little roles in some other films, and I knew her personally, and I just felt like in real life there was a softness and a genuine quality to her that I needed for this. I didn't want a star or somebody looking to be a star. I just wanted somebody to go up there and just be herself. It was very difficult for her to do the dancing scenes with walking around in a bikini. That was very hard for her, but and in fact I think that almost made her not want to do it. But she pushed forward and did it, and I've said this before, that my favorite scene in the film with her is where she sits in the room with me and just touches my face and says nothing, and I every time I watch that, I think she's like one of the greatest actresses I've ever seen in my life from that scene, so...
はい、どうも力強い映画だったと思います。どうもマイケルさんありがとうございました。ロビーの方でご質問をお受けします。